Hello, Internet. Okay, you may have noticed I haven't done a video in a long time. Let's find out why.
Whotcha Printin?
Okay, so first of all, I had some troubles with my computer, which meant I couldn't do any recording from my computer, which wasn't unusual because it is getting quite old. But I also had trouble with recording from my phone because I managed to break the screen on my iPhone 6S, which is why I'm now recording with a webcam, which might be why the sound's a little bit worse. I do have a microphone coming, which should hopefully fix it up a bit better. But the other thing was I also managed to break my printer. So basically, here's my old nozzles. The key cartridges in these are apparently live all the time, and if they short, they put power into the block. If your thermocouple for sensing the temperature is also shorted, then the power that's getting put into the block then gets put straight back into the board and fries the board. So as well as deciding what to do at this point, whether I'm going to get another printer, which I'm planning on doing eventually anyway, or repairing this printer because I do want to keep one around which has dual nozzles just in case I do need it. So basically, here's my old board, which is a one from the CDC. It's a replicator clone, but basically doing some research on it, found out the plug-in replacement for it should be a FlashForge Creator Pro. There are some differences though, some of them which are quite happy for me, in the fact that now, where is it? There's a FET on here that's not on this one, or isn't on this one, which is on the one which is for controlling the fans, which is quite nice. So now the switch I have on the front here for to turn the fans on and off, that now does nothing at all. The fans are now controlled in software, so I can do it as part of the G-code, which is much easier, especially when you start printing, watch first layer, know the fan's going to kick in when it's supposed to, and you won't have any problems with that, rather than having to sit there waiting to get the right layer and then put the fan on yourself manually. There are some other issues though. The connectors here, these little white connectors, on the FlashForge aren't little white connectors, they're black DuPont connectors, which meant they didn't fit. So I had to try and track down DuPont connectors around in Adelaide, which was a little bit hard. I did end up getting doing it by JCar. They got little extension leads for Arduino things, but they're only on each individual pin, so I had to wire up each individual pin, but they are DuPont connectors with single pin. I've got some 4-pin plugs coming, so I should better change them over and make it so it's just one plug in each of the connectors, which would be much better. So that's the board part. That's happy. There are some differences in the nozzles, or in the hot ends. Now, the nozzles are different, so the spare nozzles I had for this printer, or for this hot end, do not fit in the new one. I couldn't just move these blocks over either. The main reason why I bought a whole new hot end was the fact that the K-couples, I did something wrong with them that put power down, so I decided to buy the whole hot end with the ones that got nice screw-in thermocouples, which would make life easier when I do have to change it again. One thing I did notice from this when I changed it over is when Joel was talking about leveling his nozzles, he said it was quite difficult and he ended up shimming it with alpha, and I couldn't understand why, because on this one there's a little print I've made before I've seen on Thingiverse where it says like a U-shaped, goes around here, you undo the little grub screw here and just let the head drop down. It touches on the piece of plastic, it's basically then level, you tighten it up, pull the bit of plastic out, all done. Now this is facing the same way, so this is facing the front towards the user. On the FlashForges, it's this way. So to get to these grub screws, as well as just taking the fan off the front and the heatsink, You then also have to take the motor off the back and then undo the grub screw. While flipping around a bit while I was testing it out, even undoing that grub screw, I could not get this to the what's it called now? The throat. Could not get it to drop. So couldn't get the throat to drop, which meant I couldn't level it, which is why I think they make you do it the other way, because the fit on there is so tight, which in one way is a good thing, because that means there's good film going into here, so this is getting heated up as well, which then goes to the heat sinks. Means it's much harder for the get this whole thing heated up, and the throat as well, so that's a good thing. But it also makes it hard to adjust. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do that later on. I might have to sit down there one day and fiddle around with it. I just wanted to get it working by the time I got the parts here and figured out I could do it. The other thing you may notice is I now have a chamber around there. Door on the front, plexiglass on the side. I bought that off of eBay, off of a guy in Adelaide, who bought it for his CTC, which he then returned and got it replaced with a... What did he decide he was going to buy? I even saw him and talked to him. Give me a second to think and I'll let you know what it was. This is one of the up printers. Sorry, it was one of the up printers, which is quite a nice printer, but a little bit dearer than the CTCs. And I don't mind too much fiddling around. Admittedly, I've spent a fair bit of money with having to replace this and the board. Oops, wrong way. But other than that, I'm not too put out about this. I still will be getting another printer, and it won't be another CTC. I just want something a little bit with bigger build volume, and that'll take standard G code rather than GPX. But other than that, this printer does work quite well, especially for the price I paid for it. And the price they are now, though, I wouldn't. They're cheaper, but I wouldn't recommend them. Just in the rounds, but some of the bits they've changed from the pulleys to plastic, and just glued them on. And a few other things they've done, which have made them even cheaper than they were when I bought them. They've also brought down how good I think they are. Now, I think that's probably it for this video. Hopefully someone will like it. I'll try and put out some more now I've got things back up and running, and we'll see how we go. Okay, Whotcha Printin, and we'll talk to you next time.